Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. So, we're in the midst of learning something new today from Grace of Elegance. Good morning. My name is V. I just wanted to give you a shout out and say I hope you're having a great morning and will have a great Wednesday. So, what we're going to learn this morning is how I hoop my my towels for my customers to fill my orders on Etsy. So the first thing I do is fold my towels in half. And this is what's going to be printed. I think this customer wants hers monogrammed in white, but this one is in navy blue. Okay, here, let's see what we have. So her order consists of 2 towel sets, and what comes in a set is a extra long towel and 1 bath cloth and 1 hand towel. Okay, so the first thing that I do, I don't use stickies, and I probably should, but the first thing is what I do is find the middle point of my towel here. So this is why I have the towel folded in half. Let me move this down some so you can see. Yeah. So since this particular towel has a band on it, I always take my towels and make them 2 inches from the band. So they give you plenty of room if you want to fold the towels in half whenever you put it up in the bathroom for decoration, or however you decorate, or however you use a towel. So I place my pin at the 2-inch mark. And so then I take my second towel and I do the same. I fold it in half. Now, some people do theirs completely different. So, whatever works for you, let it work for you. But everyone has their own way of doing things. Whatever is easiest for you is fantastic. Okay, so I fold the towel in half. Once again. And these have got to go out today because she's giving them to someone for a wedding gift. So I want to make sure they get to her by the 29th. Okay, and let's see here. I come up 2 inches and I pin it again. This is a different towel. So she'll get 2 towels in her set because she's ordering 2 sets. And also do the same thing with the hand towel. I do not print on the face towel or the bath cloth. And I measure these the same identical way from the band. And pretty much all of my towels have bands on them because I just think the band dresses up the towel. But also you can dress up your towel with ribbons or anything like that. Whatever you think is going to look nice in your bathroom or however you present your towels. Now, once I have placed the pin on my towel, on the towel, what I do is the next step will be to hoop the towel. I'll try to use the smaller pins. Okay, so now I'm going to hoop both of the towels, the smaller towels here, because I run those on my brother machine and also my baby lock machine here. So now we're going to go over to the hooping station. Let me see if I can move the camera around and show you where my hooping station is. And there it is right over there. So let's see if you can be able to see me from over there. I think you'll be able to see me from there. So I'm gonna go over to the station. So I take one of the towels over here to the hooping station. And this is hooped with my master hooper. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on my stabilizer. And the reason I use the stabilizer on this particular, on my towels, even though they're thick, it gives it a clean look in the back of your towels after they have been stitched or embroidered upon. So, and I use the pre-cut sheets, 12 by 12 pre-cut sheets from All Stitch. These are the ones that I use. You want to see? Let's see if you can see it right here. Let me put it up closer. There it is right there. That's what I use, and I purchased these from All Stitch. A shout out to All Stitch, a really good company. They ship fast, and I love their products. So this is what I get right here. And so what I'm gonna do is take this stabilizer that I'm using here, and this is let's see, this is the Pro Stitch 200 Cutaway White is what I use. So I go ahead and put it on my hoop. And the smaller towels, I always put those on the Baby Lock, and also my 10 Needle Entrepreneurship Pro by Brother. So I can have both of those machines going at the same time. So I look in the back of my towel here, and you probably can't see it from that location where I have the camera, but I take the towel and I look at the center of my hoop, and I just line it up. I have a place marked for hand towels and one marked for larger towels at the very bottom here. And I always feel to make sure that my needle, the pen that I used, is not going to touch the bottom of the hoop. So now that I have it where I want, I use some of this tearaway on here so it will hold down the stitches, that the embroidery doesn't get buried into the fabric. And I purchased that from All Stitch as well, and then this is what it looks like. Okay, let's see here. So let's go ahead and hoop this right now. Trying to see which one is going on here. I think it's going to fit right on this one, because the Baby Lock hoop is so similar to the Brother Pro hoop. So I just pop it on, tighten up everything, and this one is hooped and ready to go. There you are. Just put it on right here. Make sure everything's popped in place. Now, let's come over and see where, see if you can see from here. I'm not sure if you can or not. So I'll try and do that with one hand. Let's see if we can do it with one hand. So first of all, let me find out what she needs, which letter she needs. So I'm looking at her order, and she wants the letter L on a white towel. So let's go back over to the Entrepreneurship Pro X. You notice there's my pen right here. I'm going to come over here and let the machine know that I need the letter L. And my white thread is located at number 4. So let's come over here and let's see if I can find the letter L. Some ones that I've maybe already used on here of the ones that I've already stitched out. And let's see. Here's an L right here. So I'm going to take the letter L, and there it is. And it's usually almost a 6-inch letter. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it set. Okay. And now I also want to make sure that it is in white. We can change it to white here. I'll change my color there, and I'll tell it in. And let's go ahead and make sure that we want to do go around the border to make sure we're not hitting any places on the hoop. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And let's bring it over. Okay, so now what I want to do first is find out where my stitch is going to go. And I definitely wanted to start at the bottom, because the reason I wanted to start at the bottom, if you remember, this is where I have my pen. That's going to be my starting point for me. So I'll tell it, okay, that's where I wanted to start stitching from. I'm going to go up here because now I wanted to see it on the camera to see if I can locate the pen or whatever you're using to find out if it's directly in the center or not. So I can go over here and you can see it right there. Let me put on my crosshair mark right there, and you can see the purple pen up close. If you can see it there, there it is. So everything should look centered, right? I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. So let's go with this again. Okay, so let me make sure I'm coming down just a little bit. There it is right there. So it's all centered up. So now let's run through once more to make sure that it's not hitting any hoops in the camera. And you can see it in the camera here. And it's moving around. And you don't see any pictures. And that's going to go through the center of my target point. Okay, so we've got all that done. It's all in place. I've centered. I've got my letter L. I've got my white thread. Now let's go back and tell it to embroidery. Now I want to tell it on here. It's got 3, but white is at 4. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 4 and tell it that I want the white thread, because the placement holder for the white thread up here is the number 4. So this is where we want to, the thread color that we want to use. So we're going to click OK. Unlock. So when the green button flashes, it's ready to go. So one thing that I need to do right now is to remove the pen. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the pen. And I can't hardly do that holding the camera, so let me put the camera back up over here. And let me go ahead and remove the pen. Okay, now that I have the pen removed, let me go grab this again. So now the pen is being removed, which was my target point. So now I can go ahead and tell it I'm ready to go. It's flashing, and this is what it's going to stitch out. and it's ready to go. And now you know we would, every time we do something, we have an issue because now the thread is out. So what I'm going to have to do is rethread my needle. And that's not a problem. That's a good issue to have. So let's see here. Man, I've got to find a way to camera here. So let's go. That's good. Okay, so let me rethread the needle here. And I think I need to take my baby into the shop. And get it serviced, because I haven't had it serviced since I've had it. And in order to thread, we need this to get behind. The needle point here. And I do have my thread here, so let's try it. Oops. Sometimes it'll thread for me, and sometimes it will not. And it did not that time, so that's not a problem. So let's go ahead and thread this in. Make sure I leave make sure that I leave it long. I might have to sit down while all this. This doesn't usually happen, but you know, everything happens whenever you're trying to film, right? Okay, got it. Got it. There we go. Okay, so now we're getting ready to, let's go at it again. Ooh, that was a job. Okay, let's see here. So now we got it all threaded. Let's go over here till it unlock. Let's go ahead and put it on go. So I'm gonna stop it right here. Let me take my scissors and cut the extra thread off. Okay, and unlock it and tell it to go. So now it's off to the races. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you share, make sure you like. I'm gonna try to come with a video every day on something new, and I'm calling our sessions, "This is what you've learned today." So thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you share. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you let everyone know, Grace of Elegance. Go ahead and join so that you can be notified of the videos, new videos that comes out. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with me today. So keep on stitching, and make sure you go out and tell someone just how much you love them. I want to thank Hoop Master. I enjoyed using my Hoop Master, and I enjoy using my brother, Entrepreneurship Pro X, PR1055X. Also, I like to give a shout out to Allstate. They always have a fantastic product, and I love using them as well. So thank you so much, peeps. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.